Heard you.
Thank you.
Boom shaka laka. It is Saturday. It is Who Run the City. It is tea time. It's Big Fan Breezy. You already know Survivory. Yeah, I mean we are here. I'm parted self for not being in the appropriate garb for the show, but I'm on my break at work. But the show must go on. You know what I mean? Even at break on at work. You know what I mean? The show still must go on. Uh, But yeah, shout out to the guys that's in the building. Kev, I see you. Jimmy J1, see you in the building. Uh, Leaf Diggy, I see you. Mike, I see you. You know what I mean? Shout out to y'all on the pull up. Excuse me. Big Fan Breeze, you want to start the show?
Yo, I got a family emergency. I'll be back, bro.
All right, bet. All right, so I guess in the meantime, in between time, we can start talking about some of these FIBA games. You know what I mean? The USA played. What the hell is it? I forget the name of the country. That's crazy. Don't mind me. I'm tired. But Montenegro, yeah, that is the country. We played them yesterday. These games be hella early. I be having to catch them on the replay for real. But Montenegro put up a fight, man. They was what concerns me about Team USA is the fact that it seems like we're getting attacked on the boards a lot. Jared Jackson Jr. is staying in foul trouble throughout these FIBA games, and he was getting cooked on the boards yesterday, man. The whole FIBA team was getting cooked on the boards yesterday. But uh, my boy Jalen Brunson, what he had 4 points. It was just a rough game from start to finish when it came to watching that game yesterday. But Team USA pulled out the dub. You know what I mean? Uh, that boy, Anthony Edwards is looking like a Chuck out there. He need to learn how to pass the rock, so you know what I mean? Because you got a lot of talented people on this team. There's no reason why you take it on three people every time you go down the court. But that's neither here nor there. You know what I mean? But Team USA keep on rolling along, man. Uh, and it's good to see, you know, this young talent, you know what I mean, flourish on the world stage. It's good to see that Jalen Brunson is not only making an impact on the game with putting the ball in the basket, but also, setting up offense again. Excuse me, getting guys the ball in spaces where they could be most effective, seeing the floor, pushing the tempo of the game, and controlling the tempo of the game only like he can. It's good to see, Josh Hart out there doing Josh Hart things, and to hear other coaches, that's coaching these guys through the FIBA tournament speak highly of these guys like Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson. Just goes to show that Knicks fans need to be happy with what we got. Uh, when they're echoing the sentiments that we've been saying from watching these guys throughout the season, especially like a player like Josh Hart, when they talk about how he makes winning plays and he's a winner, what position he plays winning. That's from the Steve Kerr, and he's definitely a person that knows a lot of something about winning and what it takes to be a winner as a player and as a coach in the NBA and in basketball in general. So to get those kind of praises from somebody like him speaks volumes of the impact Josh Hart is having on Team USA, and it doesn't have to do with how many points he put on the board. Uh, excuse me. Uh, Canada got washed up by Brazil, which is weird. You know what I mean? I definitely thought that Canada was going to pull that game out. SGA is chucking up the basketball like nobody's business. He's another person that needs to learn how to play. RJ Barrett had a rough game, but RJ Barrett has been pretty much outshining SGA most of this FIBA tournament, and SGA needs to learn how to lean on his teammates a little bit more because he hasn't been really effective. And I think that's just the style that just goes to talk about the style of play that get played in FIBA. SGA is not a perimeter, like a heavy perimeter shooter. He likes to get in the lane and take shots in the lane. Same thing as R.J. Barrett. But the thing in FIBA is that like they pack the paint more, and you can see that SGA is having trouble, adjusting to that. And last game, R.J. Barrett also struggled with the same thing. Uh, yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what Big Fan Breezy went. He had a family emergency, so I'm gonna keep on keeping on like how I'm trying to keep on, but definitely wasn't prepared to take the show over by myself. But yeah, but yesterday, the day before yesterday, we had the the first ever KVN Who Run the City Cook Culture Live. Was a dope experience. We need to do more of those. Your boy Big Friend Breezy got fricassee fried, died and laid to the side. Not only by myself but his fellow net fans as well. Put him the hibachi. I mean, put him in a George Foreman grill. You know what I mean? And it was nasty work for your boy. Uh, but yeah, man, I don't know where Big Phil Breezy's at, man. Don't know where he's at. Trying to wait for him to pull back up. But you talk to me, chat. Talk to me, chat. Uh, that's a fact. That's a fact, Mike. He got cooked by a net fan and Knicks fan. You know, Big Fan Breezy is King Deflector. You know what I mean? King Deflector is all he do is deflect and dance around the issues that you speak about and talk about a whole bunch of stuff that don't really matter towards. Uh, and talk about a bunch of things that really don't directly pertain towards the argument at hand. That's how you know when you got him on the ropes. He starts talking about everything around the world except for what y'all really speaking about. And there was a lot of that on Thursday. You feel me? On Thursday, a lot of that. Putting in work on boy, pause. That was crazy. Uh, yeah, just like the Knicks is going to put work in on the Nets this season. Oh, speaking of fever, that's one thing I wanted to say. I'm like, Cam Johnson didn't get no PT that last fever game. Last fever game, he didn't even step foot on the basketball court. I don't believe he did, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, your boy ain't even placed one pinky toe on the court yesterday against Montenegro. And I'm going to double check before I start talking crazy. Yeah, Cam Johnson didn't get no PT. What's good? What's good, Fraz? Fraz? That boy Cam Johnson didn't get no PT. And the reason why I'm mentioning that is because I remember, you know, this is JTV pulling up on this very podcast. I think it was last week or the week before, chatting about how Jalen Brunson got benched in the fourth quarter when really it was just a smart strategical move by the coaching staff. But I want to hear them talk about how Cam Johnson didn't get no PT versus Montenegro. No PT. Zero. On the bench. And this is the guy that Big Fan Breezy says is supposed to average 20 points a game next season. I don't see it. I don't see it, my boy. And Cam Johnson's been looking real shaky in FIBA basketball. Been looking real shaky in FIBA basketball. I mean, his game has not been looking good. It hasn't been translating well on the world stage. And now he looked like he's out of the rotation on FIBA basketball. Yesterday he led the FIBA team in claps and daps. You feel me? That's what Cam Johnson led the FIBA team in. Claps and daps from the bench. You feel me? Claps and daps. That's all he do. You know what I mean? That's all he was doing yesterday. Leading the Team USA in claps and daps. Yeah. But back to the Cook Culture Live. You know, I'm always here for what you would call it, net on net fan crime. Uh, it makes my day. It makes me happy. It brings me joy. Shout out to my guy Michael Allen Skeen. You know what I mean? AKA the Mike Report. You know what I mean? I love to see net on net fan crime. Brings me joy. Brings a smile to my face. Brockwork was good. Uh, brings a joy to my face, man. To see net fans debate and go at each other and challenge each other's fandom makes me happy. And that was a lot. That's what happened on the Cook Culture Live, man. It was beautiful to see. Not only that, watch a big fan breezy get cooked. It always makes me happy as well. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, Brockwork, we here. I'm just trying to buy time to Big Fan Breezy get back. He had a family emergency. He said he's coming back, so I'm trying to buy some time until the bro come back. Um, but yeah, man. And one of the topics from the Cook Culture Live was, on this very same show, uh, when we was at Reflex Radio, one of the things that Big Fan Breezy used to hang his hat on is the fact that when he asked me what's the trajectory for our team and and and, and what's the expectations. That's the word. What was the expectations for our team? I said our expectations weren't very high at that time. It was more because we're building towards the future. These are the things that I was saying. We're building towards the future. Uh, we the front office was saying at the time that it would take us 4 to 5 years to be a contending team. And Big Fair Breezy's retort was, see, that's y'all problem. Y'all worried about winning in the future. We're worried about winning now. That's why you should watch your Nick fan mouth when you talk to the Big Fan Breezy. And my point on the Cook Culture Live was he need to use his own words against him. Like if that's what you believe, then you should watch your mouth when you talking to a Knicks fan because he started saying on the Cook Culture Live he's content with building for the future. He sound like T Time a year and a half ago. So I told him exactly what he told me. Hey, watch your mouth when you talking to a Knicks fan because you're focused on you're content with building for the future, and the Knicks is trying to start winning now. And for some whatever reason, he couldn't get that through his mind. He couldn't get that through his mind, and a whole bunch of soliloquies that rants have to do about nothing. But yeah, another thing I noticed that happened, I was speaking about it yesterday with Fraz. This is pertaining to the Nets. Is that the Kings signed JaVale McGee? I thought that would have been a great pickup for the Nets. And when I saw, Nick Claxton working out with JaVale McGee, I thought that that might be a move that you guys would make for two reasons. It's a mentor for Nick Claxton, somebody who does exactly what somebody who does pretty much exactly what Nick Claxton does and has done it at a high level and at a championship level. Uh, to be a mentor for Nick Clax and also to help remedy some of your rebound issues and being a bigger five that help when you have to play some of the bigger fives in the NBA like Joel Embiid, Jokic. He can defend those guys. That would have been a great fit for y'all, but well, didn't come to be. You know what I mean? Went to the Kings, and the Kings are gonna be tough this year. I don't even know who Harry Giles is, man. And, like the first time I'm ever heard hearing son name is when y'all signed him. I'm pulling up his stat, 3 points a game. I wouldn't call that good. I wouldn't call that good. He's averaging 3 points a game. How long he been in the NBA? 2 years? No, he's been in the NBA since 2017. First round pick number 20. Oh, this guy's poop. This guy's poop. He's poop. Injury report. That's not good. And Brockwork, you're right. Uh, you right because I'm looking at Brockwork. You're right. I'm looking at his games played. His rookie year, he played one game. 2018, 2019, he played 58 games, 14 minutes a game, 7 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. 2019, 2020, 46 games, 15 minutes a game, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. And the last time he's played was the 2021 season, 38 games, 9 minutes a game, 3 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. That doesn't bode well to him, man. He didn't even play all last year. He didn't even play. He didn't even play all last year. So not only are you dealing, what position he play? Like I said, I've never even heard of this guy. He's a center power forward. So now, not only do you have to think and still worry about Ben Simmons' health and availability, even though they're telling you he's 100% healthy, you still have to worry about that because you don't know. Back injuries are fickle. You sign another guy that's injury prone. Make it make sense. Make it make sense because it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. And his field goal percentage is a low 43%. Make it make sense. Yeah, I hear you, right? I hear you. I hear you, Brockwork. You know what I mean? I hear you. That how yeah, it looks like a low risk, low reward situation because don't think he's gonna be healthy, bro. I don't think he's gonna be healthy. That's one, two, three, 5 consecutive seasons of injuries. Five, not one. 5 consecutive seasons. His whole career, pretty much. No, not pretty much. His whole entire career. He's been injured. I don't know. Sometimes you gotta call it what it is, man. Sometimes you just gotta call it what it is. He might be. I mean, yeah, the development season. So, and that's the difference. Like Big Fan Breezy got y'all award. All right, but still, man, like you got to play basketball, bro. I know life happens, but that's not good. That's not good. Availability, no matter what the reason, is important. You feel me? Um, but to Michael Allen Skeen and Brockwork. You know what I mean? Y'all pretty much echoing the same sentiment when it comes to it being a developmental season for you guys. And this is where I always differ with Big Fin Breezy when it comes to your uh your standing spot by the end of the season. He has y'all as top six. The developmental teams usually don't end up in the top six. You feel me? Like y'all gonna probably end up in the play-in. Be perfectly honest, y'all gonna end up in the play-in. Your offense is gonna have to rely too heavy on Mikal Bridge and Cam Johnson, unless Cam Thomas gets some minutes. But I don't see no reason why to believe that he will, though. You feel me? Like I don't. There's nothing that I've seen that makes me believe that Cam Thomas is gonna get PT. Like if that was the case, Jack Vaughn would have played him last season. He would have played him in the playoffs when y'all needed some scoring. And y'all were getting swept by the Philadelphia 76ers. And if Cam Thomas don't get no PT, then who else is going to go out and get you a bucket? Cam Johnson is not a bucket getter. You feel me? Like he's not going to go out and just get you a bucket. He's more of a spot up shooter. He needs a point guard to help get him some buckets. You feel me? Or a playmaker on the court to help get him some buckets. But he's not a person that you could just give the ball to and go get a bucket. And no matter how you feel, every team needs some of those guys. Some guys that could just go out there and get you a bucket. I don't think that there's enough on the Brooklyn Nets. Yeah, like y'all need some people to go get you a bucket. Cam Johnson is not that, and I'm not saying Cam Johnson is not a good player. He's a very talented young man, but what I'm saying is, for where Big Fair Breezy got y'all seated next season in the standings, y'all need more bucket getters. And Cam Thomas is not gonna get PT, bro. I I haven't seen anything that makes me believe that Jack Vaughn is gonna play him. Big Fan Breezy alluded to him being seen out in public with either Jack Vaughn or Sean Marks or something like that this offseason. But that also happened 2 seasons, like last season, before the season started. They was at games and stuff together or something, and he still didn't get PT. He still didn't get the PT. Nasty work, you know what I mean? But I don't know what Big Fan Breezy is at. I hope everything is well. I'm about to get off this live pause. Uh, I got to go back to work soon, but I'll hang out for a little bit longer. Um, but on the Knicks end, you know what I mean, bro, nobody do Michael Allen scheme. Nobody believes his predictions. Well, he got high hopes. You know what I mean, and he's an optimistic fan. I give him that, but he's not realistic at all. You know what I mean? Shout out to the guy though. Um, on the Knicks front, I've been very mod. To me, I've been humble about my predictions for the Knicks. You know, seeing the turmoil that's going on in Philly, I got Philly dropping down to a fourth seed. My guy Frad said they could possibly fall down to a fifth or sixth seed, especially if James Harden's on that team. I think he's going to tank that roster the best way he know how to do, especially since he got gripes with the president of basketball operations over there. Uh, so that's one thing. The Celtics lost some key pieces to their team, and their new prize acquisition, Porzingis, is already injured with plantar fasciitis, which is a lingering injury that will have him in and out of the rotation all season long. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are phenomenal talents, so I still kind of, in my humble opinion, give them the nod, pause, over the New York Knicks in the standings and put them at two. I got Milwaukee Bucks at number one seed because Giannis is still Giannis Antetokounmpo. You still got Chris Middleton. You still got Drew Holiday. You still got Bobby Portis. You still got Brooke Lopez. That's still a very, very, very tough team. Very, very tough team. And I got them at number one. I got the Knicks at number three. Uh, you know, people been using the fact that we didn't make no major acquisitions over in the off season as a reason why our teams are going to be better than us, because a lot of teams went and made some panic moves because they failed at their goals last season. But the reason why I got the Knicks at the third seed is because uh, camaraderie, chemistry that's carrying over from the previous season, adding something that we needed in Dante DiVincenzo as another perimeter defender and a off-ball scorer and a knockdown shooter. Uh, Not only that, he can take the ball off the dribble, all that other stuff. Also, the continued development of our young guys, Emmanuel Quickly, Quentin Grimes, R.J. Barrett, to name a few. Uh, Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson playing a whole season together and coming back to re-up for another season. I expect to see improvements between them two, more chemistry between them two, and them learning how to work better as a cohesive unit on the floor for another season, right? And let's not forget, we were the number 5 seed last season. We're going to improve. And the Cavaliers, I don't care what nobody say, is not a better basketball team than the New York Knicks. They're not. Nobody can convince me otherwise. Nobody. You heard? Uh, Man, this show is not as fun without cooking Big Fan Breezy. One, because I wasn't prepared to do the show by myself, so I'm a little caught off guard. You know what I mean? Oh man, excuse me. But anyway, I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Real shit. I don't know. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna try to coordinate with Big Fan Breezy. We might do a show tomorrow or sometime early next week to make up for today, because I don't really count this as a real show today. You can't do Who Run the City with only one fan. It's just not right. So we're gonna try to make this up at another time. Thank everybody for pulling up. Appreciate all y'all. I holla.